Next up for us, the Saturday night game. This is a beauty. 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Miami Dolphins 8-5, 3-4 on the road at Buffalo Bills 10-3, 5-1 at home. We're at Highmark Stadium, Orchard Park, New York. It's cold and there are snow showers. 30 Fahrenheit snow showers, 12 miles per hour is the wind. Let's take a look at the line history here for this one. We have the Bills opening up at -7.5 at +102. They're now -7.5 at -102. They got up to -108 yesterday around 3:30, but it's back at almost a no vig situation if you want the 7.5. Total standpoint opened up at 43.5 and it's now at 42.5. Let's take a look at the cash flow here for this one. 4,511 tickets in. The bigger bets are on the Dolphins. 40% of the tickets and 73% of the cash. 73% of the tickets and 84% of the cash on the over. Yet this has dropped a point. Brady says, I want the Bills here. Don't want to take the 7. So Bills moneyline, Washington moneyline parlay at +104. Sky Dragon says, I may try to middle this with a Buffalo teaser. For now, though, Miami +7.5 and the over. He says more on the over. I'm shocked that there's all this money on the over and it's dropped a point. Dolphins come into their third straight road game struggling. They'd won 5 straight games before their ugly 33-17 loss at San Francisco 2 weeks ago that followed up with a 23-17 loss at the Chargers on Sunday night. Their offense was atrocious. 219 total yards, 3 of 11 on third down, and held the ball for 20 minutes and 22 seconds of the game. 5 net yards and 1 first down on their first 3 possessions. They came in with the league's top-ranked pass offense. Tua, 10 of 28 for 145 yards and 1 touchdown. That was against a defense missing 6 starters. Tua was atrocious. Tyreek Hill, 8 catches for 81 yards and a touchdown, breaking Mark Clayton's 38-year-old Miami record for receiving yards in the season. Hill has 1460 on 100 catches. Clayton had 1389 in 1994. Jalen Waddle had 2 catches for 31 yards. Raheem Mostert ran 11 times for 37 yards because Jeff Wilson suffered a hip injury in the second quarter. We don't know his status for the game at this point. The defense put pressure on Justin Herbert, 4 sacks, 7 quarterback hits. But Herbert threw for 367 yards and had complete control of the game. The defense couldn't get stops when it mattered most, and the Chargers went 9 of 18 on third down, and safety Eric Rowe had a hamstring injury in the third quarter. Bills coming off their 4th straight win, 2012 home victory over the Jets. Josh Allen struggled again against this Jets defense, 16-27 for a season low, 147 yards, 1 touchdown. He also ran 10 times for 47 yards and a touchdown, but the Bills were 2 of 13 on third down, finished with just 232 total yards. And you mentioned that the weather played a big factor in that. Dawson Knox led receivers with 4 catches for 41 yards and a touchdown. Stephon Diggs had 3 catches for 37 yards. Singletary ran 8 times for 39 yards. The defense was strong. They held the Jets to 309 total yards. The Jets were actually, which is a surprising stat to me, they were 8 for 17 on third down, but they couldn't put together big plays. Couldn't do it. 4.2 yards per play. You know, in that game, the Bills only had 232 total yards, but they averaged bigger yards per play than the Jets did. The Bills defense looked good. Bills finished with 4 sacks and 8 quarterback hits. Greg Rousseau had 2 sacks and forced a fumble. And, you know, they're all stepping up after hearing that Von Miller's done for the season. Take it away for us here, Andy, the Saturday nighter, Dolphins-Bills.
Yeah, I mean, if that version of Tua shows up, this team's not going to stay within very many. I mean, it's a blowout, right? He looked like he was throwing a shot put. It was really troubling. Waddle's not 100%. Wilson's hurt. I don't know if Tyreek's 100% either, and he's still so good. He's still so good, but it's a 3rd straight road game. This is a great teaser leg. It's a lower total. It's a home favorite. I just worry about the Bills with, like you said, the Miller injury, and then they haven't gotten much out of the receivers not named Diggs. And to the point where they went and signed freaking Beasley again, which is that's a desperation move. That's not great. So it's a rough spot for Miami, but it's too many points for the Bills. I won't be betting this unless I go with a teaser. It's really the only other teaser leg on the board, unless you want to. It's not a true Wong. You can use the Eagles, which I don't actually. I kind of like the Bears in that spot, but this is a spot where you could go Buffalo -1.5 on a 6-point teaser with Baltimore at plus 8.5 in a very low totaled game. Like Baltimore just to stay within, a score or so. So it's a teaser I like. I haven't pulled the trigger on. I may add that later in the week once I get probably like Huntley practices tomorrow. I'm probably betting this teaser. So Buffalo in a 6-pointer with the Huntleys, the Ravens ish.
Newcourt is saying the Dolphins arrived in Fort Lauderdale at 7:30 a.m. Monday morning after 2 games on the West Coast. Now going to Buffalo on another short week. Slatsy says, love the Bills here. Fish on a short week, third road game. Dolphins had heaters near their
pull
bench.
up Birdie's
so
comment here. Yeah, that was one of those two where you got go look at the box score for Bills Miami. The difference in yardage is just huge. Like it's a gross one. Sometimes that's stuff. And yeah, Baltimore and teasers don't mix well. Last time Baltimore hit a teaser was Jesus, it's been a while. They've hurt my teaser legs pretty bad, but I like that quite a bit. If we can confirm it's not going to be Anthony Brown, Jesus, I can't put money on that guy.
So at this point, we have some tricky information to decipher from the market. You have 60% of the tickets, but just 27% of cash on Buffalo. I don't want anything to do with the Dolphins, but it looks like there's sharp money on them. Then you have 73% tickets and 84% cash on the over, yet it's dropped a point. So they're just opening their arms up to more over action. If you had a free bet on the total right now, $500 bet, Andy, would it be over or under 42.5?
Probably under.
Not flush ounces. I can see Buffalo blowing the doors off. If this was the opposite numbers wise in the marketplace, I would bet the Bills right now. But I have to respect the bigger bets that are on the Dolphins right now, and when that happens, just need to take more time. All right, that is Saturday action here. Saturday action in the books.